So the first time in months, I finally have a little tiny bit of free time to work on one of my own cars. I wonder where I'm going to start. So I got this really cool Western welder gear that let me try out. I got the fire retardant shirt and I got some wrist cuffs. Now I was really big into cowboy stuff growing up. I love cowboy movies still. So this is very cowboy-esque, but what it is, it's going to protect the sleeves of whatever shirt I'm wearing that day, or like me, when it's 100 degrees in Virginia, no shirt, welding all day anyway. So when I chop a car, something like this, you guys seen all the crazy chops I do, I'll spend 120 hours metal finishing, welding, grinding, all that kind of stuff. And that just kills shirts, it kills all sorts of stuff. So it might be nice to have one of these big fat leather cuffs down here by my wrist, because God knows I'm fixing something, I'm tacking something. It's 100 degrees outside. I am not wearing a big leather welding jacket. So a thin shirt like this that's fire retardant and some arm guards to protect my sleeves from getting cut on the top and protect it from all the sparks and welding and all that. This might be a really awesome setup. So I'm going to use this stuff and abuse it for the whole period of building this car. And let's see how it stands up. So I drew all my lines on there in a previous video. These lines have been on here like this for quite a while. What they do is give me a little bit of free space, my cut lines here. So I'm cutting everything just slightly above where I think I actually want it to be. What that's going to do for me is I'm going to get all the big bulky stuff out of the way, like the roof, tops of the doors, and I'll be able to get my laser level back out after all the big bulky stuff's out of the way and make the small, accurate cut. My brain works off of visual a lot. I use my eyes on everything. Of course, I have all this measured out here, but it has to be pleasing to the eyeball. That's the whole point of the whole chop for me, and I want it to be pleasing to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. So I'm gonna get this stuff cut off close to where I want it to be. Then I'm gonna cut it more accurately, depending on what looks good to my eyes. I'm cutting this really high because I want to cut this skin from the inside. I'm matching the convertibles. This A-pillar on the convertibles is super exactly the same in this. It's just cut and welded a little bit different. The drip rail's gone. There's no top sides to the doors. This glass here bolts right up to the shoulder, or leans right up to the shoulder and seals here. And this top piece, there's a bracket on the inside that holds the sun visors and structure. And on the convertibles, it's cut just above that structure. And there's a lit pinch wheel, which I'll show a picture right here what a convertible looks like. I'm going to match the convertibles. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to put a convertible bow on this, and that's what I'm going to make my Carson off of is that convertible bow. I probably might make the convertible bow myself because my cuts are going to be exactly the exact measurements of a convertible, because I don't have one here to measure it off of. This 39 is not a convertible either. It used to be a Tudor. That thing's badass. Check out. I'm going to have some videos on that, not much. That's Justin Fletcher's car, but I want my cuts to resemble a convertible, and I want this to resemble a chopped convertible, even though they never made a Tudor or sedan convertible in 1942. So that's what I'm going for. If you didn't know all the specifics, you could walk up to this car and be like, oh, cool, a chopped convertible. That's awesome, old school, right? But the diehard guys, the guys who really know their Fords will say they never made a sedan convertible in this body style. So that's what I'm going for. Drastic, but also subtle at the same time. Let's see how it works.
yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.
I'm still undecided on this back cut, but I'm just gonna go for it. If I cut up too high, I can't really use this rear window on my top. I'd kind of like to have a 39 rear window. I don't know, I can't make up my mind. If I cut too low, I cut into the cell panel, which the cell panel is what's holding the trunk lid. So I need to move the whole cell panel forward. I don't want to cut into it because I'm going to use it. I want to push it forward and bring it down. That's how I'm going to get my trunk to lean down and still work. So you might see some zigzags here because I can't cut this low here yet because that's the cell panel, but that's where I want my cut to be, is this one. And if I cut up here all the way across, I'll cut into this round piece, and if I kill this round piece, I'm killing my opportunity to reuse a 42 to 46, 7, 8 rear window like this. So I don't know, I might put a coupe window in it. Let's see what happens. But I need to cut this in zigzags to get this right. That's what I'm getting at. don't think I'm gonna use anything off of it.
Use it on another car. Might get a car with a damaged top.
Yeah, maybe. Or I might use the B-pillars to hold up my Carson top, I don't know. Always push it forward, drag it a little.
See what happens. Might be down there.
Just drag it forward. Whatever is the safest and easiest thing to do here. It's probably the heaviest roof I've ever lifted up. I should have cut it in half or something. Ready? Yep.
You stay where you're at.
All right. That sucker's heavy, huh? Yeah, it's recorded. What do you think about that?
I think that sucker's heavy.
Yeah, that roof's heavy.
Pretty much this body similar to that one.
No, they're way different. The cabs are way different.
Music you don't play. Now you're gonna chop this, right?
Oh yeah,
Take that one.
take 5 inches out of this.
What's this one gonna play?
It's gonna look similar to that one, but I wanted more space here, so I can cut it from the inside because the convertibles, they're lined up with this right here, Dad. There's this bracket. The convertible is lined up here. That's where they're cut as a cross. So I'm literally just gonna match the convertible verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you talking?
So it's gonna be like this, cut here.
It's gonna be lower, and you need to tip this down.
It just all depends what it looks like. You're saying I need to tilt the window back?
Mine, my roof is bent right here down.
You bent it like below this character line?
Right in here somewhere.
You bent it in the channel.
Yeah, I think right across here.
How chopped is yours?
Here it's only 2 1/8 inches.
What about all the windshield?
Windshield's the same size, stock.
So you just tilted it down in the back is what you did?
I tilted this down and moved it back over.
Dad's got a coupe, same body style, that he chopped. So that's what he's talking about. I mean, I'm not against tilting the roof because I'm tilting the trunk a lot. Let's look at this back here. So these are all preliminary cuts. They're not the official cuts, right? I'm just cutting it to get out of the way. Then I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna get a laser level and line this up. And I'm gonna cut this to where this is level all the way around, you know? But I left this tall because when I cut this here, all the way down to the trunk and I push the trunk in, you know, this might end up being level here, you know? So I just left it tall and I had to come up and back down because of how the brackets are inside. I had to cut through this bracket right here. So there's this, it's a little bracket between that and the window. So I just had to cut it just to get the roof off. Then my package tray is huge in this thing. And the problem is that the trunk hinges here. This is the trunk hinge. So I have to keep the tray. So I'm gonna need to move the whole tray forward.
Can you unbolt it?
I can unbolt it.
Looks like it unbolts to me.
I just don't want to lose the structure from the package tray from the trunk, if that makes sense. I kind of want to keep it all together and move it together as I lean the trunk in. Well, it's a Roadster now, huh?
I think we ought to turn it into a hot tub.
A hot tub?
Put it out back.
Be one big ass hot tub.
It'd be a cool ass hot tub.
I love it. I've been wanting to do this for so long. Finally did it. So this one just got cut. And this one's been cut. So it's kind of like a before and after. Him and I are doing the same thing. Justin Fletcher's car here. He already cleaned up his door tops. So it goes nice and straight here. That looks nice. Then this was a sedan, of course. So there was a B-pillar, he got that covered up. And his cut was really good. And he leaned his trunk in. He said like 6 inches. So that's a Tudor trunk leaned in. Looks pretty hot, I think. His car sets off really nice. Then here's mine. Just cut it. You can see kind of the difference. We're doing the exact same thing. Mine's just not cleaned up yet. So I think this is looking pretty cool. Get a shot of these cars together. Pretty cool. So here's a good sign. Opens and shut, nothing changed. Nothing shifted. Everything's still right where it was. How's that look? So, I've been wanting to chop this car for like years and years and years. Finally got it started. It's not technically chopped, but it's cut off at least. So I'm gonna get about 5 inches probably out of this. And I need to cut this front piece down to match what a stock Roadster or a stock converter would look like back in the day. So the front of this still looks like a stock Roadster and not a Boyd Coddington cut up car, you know. So I'm going for a 50s custom still, and probably gonna get the rear fenders off next and start leaning the trunk in, because the whole flow determines how much I chop it in reality. So more that I can lean that trunk in and that flow makes sense, the more I can chop the windshield down. I really want to take 5 inches out of it, so it's real hardcore. I mean, that's the whole point of this whole car. I wanted to go hardcore the whole time. So we're gonna go hardcore, but that also means everything still has to match and flow and look really nice, even though it's hardcore. So, all right, more to come on the 42 Ford. See you guys next time. It's easier to get in and out. All right, so I got to give a big thank you and shout out to Benchmark Abrasives. I've been trying to make my new garage more and more organized. I got this whole strip going here, and I have this section dedicated to Benchmark Abrasives and some steel working tools. They supply me with all this stuff, everything I need to chop all these cars that I chop, and to weld everything up and all the grinding on the welds. That takes a lot of roll-locks, flap discs, cut wheels, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to give a big thank you to them from always supplying me for everything I need for my chops.